Okay, hello and welcome everybody to another BDO Curiosities and Oddities. So I managed to get into the AoS arena, which is actually called Ruins of Tzol. You can see it when you go to the character creator once you are inside. Overall, we can go a bit further than in the AoS map. Normally the AoS map was pretty much ending behind this wall, and you could not really go much further. Sorry, this wall. And here we can see this was one of the spawn points, and then you have the other spawn point on the opposite side. This map is currently not in the AoS rotation as far as I know. Here's the other spawn point. This would be directly across from each other. And you also had the same copy to the sides, with an orb flying in between this area and sort of a plus that would do damage. So the next part is when I actually managed to get in here, we actually get the extended and full map of this place. So first off, we can go all the way back here and we can see some rock boxes. We can see the island in the distance. If we go to the side here, we should be able to find... Oh, there's Crow's Nest. The other thing that we know is this area was accessible and we could look down, but it actually continues all the way down here with an extra staircase on the outside. These can be viewed from the boats, but not like this because the camera is going to be pushed in. And here we actually have a sort of fountain built in. Sadly, we can't get up the fountain to continue searching, but it does look quite nice with that sort of trident figure statue. It is a little bit interesting with the trident crown on that statue. Makes me think a little bit of mermaids, and with the recent quest, we do have that mermaid civilization kind of hinted at. And we have this on all of the sides. Let's just go through the back end here. So here we can see more of these alcoves that PA has lovely decorated lovingly. And we're going to go to the next one and go down. Yep, rubber band. Oh yeah, all the statues are the same. And here we see Crow's Nest in the distance in the water. If you consider Crow's Nest and know where Crow's Nest is on the map, you can definitely find this place on the world map. It is not accessible by reaching it from the outside. There is a way to get in, but I'm gonna tell PA how I did it. If you are EU and I still have a character there, I can telescope people. That is a possibility, but I try to avoid that because I'm purely doing this for research purposes. We can see these flags being represented as well. But we see like blue and gold versions, red and white, and pure white. These are all over the place, kind of splitting the area into the 4 zones. We also see the water flowing through between these underground areas, but we can't access them. Here we see more of the blue and white flags. This map used to be in the AoS rotation, like I mentioned before, but it has been removed. It wasn't very popular, even though considering the size and scale, if PA would consider maybe going for the full scale map size, I do see this being somewhat interesting as a Guild League map. Especially considering the factor that you could go off to the sides and completely fight in one of these ruins, giving you cover from archers and deadeyes, and pretty much making the movement more beneficial for close combat classes. This could be quite interesting. Or you try to duke it out on the flat surface at the top if you are a very range class heavy composition. So that would be very interesting to see. I do think it has potential, for sure. And I do hope that PA takes that potential and continues to run with it. Overall, I tried getting up to the top of these ruins, but sadly there is a block, collision block on them, so I can't even with a jump height increase. The chains are also non-accessible, so they don't have collision. You just jump right through them. But overall, if we run through this, we see the white and red. And we continue, and it's the white and blue. Continued on both sides. We have the white and red again. And then the should be the white and blue after that again. Yeah, there's the white and blue again. If we stay on the outer edge, we see a blue flag being displayed here, and we'll just continue running and kind of get the idea of all 4 locations. Here we have a white and red. We have the white and blue again. And then the white and red again on the next one. So you do have like an alternating color scheme around the arena. The ruins are asymmetrical, or visually at least asymmetrical, so they're not all the same. One does see that they used to be the same, but definitely have different states of decomposition on them. With this one being only with 3 in the top row, 4, none, and only 1 in the top row left. Otherwise, we have the similar decomposition on these pillars in the center, with this one even being completely gone without a flag. Yeah. Further, we have these lovely shields with the Calpheon logo on them on the sides. But there is that extension with the sort of angel-like figures and a statue, which is quite interesting. This should be the same around all of them. Yeah. Here we can see it again, Calpheon logo. And again, Calpheon with the 2 eagle-like figures and the fortress. And then finally, just to confirm it, we're also going to do that for the 3rd one. Here we can see it clearly again. PA did add some barley and herbs here, which is quite interesting as well. The fact that there are gatherables on this location, which is a bit unusual, I feel. Otherwise, I couldn't find too many more artifacts or visuals. I mean, we have this sort of knotwork on the pillars in here. Otherwise, very few references to the actual owner or previous owner. So very few insignia, apart from this symbol being very present throughout in the different color variations. In a full double sword and single sword variation as well. For the one team, the one with the top and bottom, and the other one only the bottom knife visual. Otherwise, the knotwork on the structures is the same, no matter if it's the red or blue ruins. And the knotwork also repeats here. Kind of hard to see, but there. But yeah, overall, very interesting location. I do hope that PA maybe considers this as a Guild League map down the road. It is a very lovely location. Definitely worth taking a look at. I mean, a big brawl on the top or fighting skirmishes on the side is very interesting. It's also somewhat difficult to throw attacks from the range over there sometimes, so you do have a lot of potential for disrupting rat classes and the rat composition, and it's very map dependent, very sure. But at the same time, it is quite interesting to have like map dynamics built into Guild League instead of just always going into the big open area and just duking it out. I mean, there is a little bit of tactics on some of the maps where you can like go down the hill at Navarre Step to make sure that you're on flat ground, or fighting on the hill to disrupt the Rangers. But overall, it is this map definitely has a potential for Guild League, and I do see it still exists. It's still there, and I really hope that they consider this, but putting this map into the rotation for Guild League next round. But yeah, with that, that concludes the Bizarre and Oddities. I hope you appreciated it, and I hope you remember this place fondly from AoS. If you don't, well, not everyone remembers it fondly, but let's do hope that PA makes some use of it because it does look very lovely, and you can really tell there was quite a bit of love put into this location that just is no longer visible to most people. A small little update, just at the end here. I know this might be a bit of a jump scare. Turns out Arena of Solaire is getting the Ruins of Tzol map again. It is coming back without the central orbs, though. I just found that out just now.